T-Man 978 Chill Review. Yeah.
You're right.
Let me show you the story of my life. I'm supposed to be reviewing this right now, but then I get caught up in watching people like D-Bag Robot Gang. And I'm like, should I finish watching this? Or should I start the review? Should I finish watching?
Take a look at Sherry real quick.
Start the review.
Let's see if we can get some good
I can watch
balance on
D-Bag
it.
later, I guess. I said I guess.
Let's move pen
Yeah.
right.
Okay, you read the title. Comic Cave War Machine Mark II. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. You can look at them like that. Not too much going on over there. They kind of made these like little hot toys. Thank you, Wes Jackson, for the opportunity to review this. This guy comes with a bunch of stuff, and prepare yourself. Things may move quicker than my normal chill review. But this takes batteries. AAA. Once the batteries are in, you can click this switch, and it lights up like a light stand. Something, you would see something like this on a Hot Toys figure. They come with this little clear rod right there. And in the main packaging, they give you this little clamp. You're supposed to put this on here. And then turn this knob. And tighten things. It's not so much a flight stand. It does have a rubber grip. It's just to hold them in place. So, exciting. So here he is on the stand, just standing there. And let's try to give you the full effect right there. Or some of the effect. And he's lit up. He actually has a light on his back just like Iron Man, but unfortunately there's an issue. When I first opened them, the lights worked. But then after a while, it's like I found out you have to have them like bent a certain angle for the lights to work. Like you see that? When I turn them a certain way, it's sort of like it has a short, unfortunately. Now, the directions tell you to grab here and lift his body up so you can get at the battery compartment, and it says gently lift. I, for the life of me, cannot get him to detach. And I don't want to break this guy, but unfortunately, right out of the package, it has issues. Note that he has one kneecap. Like as soon as I pulled him out of the packaging, his kneecap just fell completely straight off. It's probably as simple as super gluing it back into there, because I do see the little peg in the inside of the kneecap. But I didn't feel like doing that. I want y'all to see the real raw reaction, or to get the full experience of what I experienced. For the life of me, I can't get these eyes to light back up again. But when they were lit up, the chest was a bright white light and the eyes were a bright white light. They should be red, or at least the eye should be red. I think the chest should be bright, like a bright blue or white, like it was, or like it is. Let me turn it back on. Well, shit. Never mind that. But anyway, when I first picked this thing up out of the package, it was exciting, and it was like more exciting than the Iron Man figure, the Mark 43. Like straight out of the package, because it feels very heavy. It feels heavier than Iron Man. It feels like it has more diecast than Iron Man. Like all of this feels like solid diecast. The legs are cool. It just felt nice. Things that it lacks that the Iron Man does have is the ab articulation, because the battery compartment is under there that I can't get to. The neck articulation isn't as good because he can't really look up that much or down. But I like the way his arms articulate. Like they crunch in a lot. And I really, really like that. It's kind of weird how his elbows work. Like this elbow bends right here. Like sort of in the middle of the forearm, and you get this detail. But this elbow bends at a further back, and it doesn't crunch in as much. So I don't know if that's purposely designed, and it swivels right here, but this arm doesn't. But other articulation, and these shoulder pads move around and do what you need them to do. I like them more than the Mark 43 shoulders. But he has a diaphragm. You can crunch in that much, crunch back, rotate at the waist. These things right here lift up, move out of the way, so you can kick out to the side and they will pop off because they're on a ball joint. You could drop the leg down so you can get a kick out that far, and his leg does kick back. It rotates right there, double jointed knees, and you can see how the molding is filled in. The feet drop down so you can get ankle pivot, and they don't really rotate like Iron Man's do. And the toe articulates right there. It can kick back, and it's still on the ball joint. So if you push it back too far, that will happen. And it can come forward. I just realized I didn't go into the wrist articulation. It's on like a universal joint right there. So it does rotate and do all that and come in and out. And of course the wrist actually rotates on the ball at the end. So he's nicely detailed. He feels nice and looks nice, but I'm going to be honest with you before I even get to the accessories. This thing has like 3 QC issues straight. I believe Wes said he didn't play with this. So it had 3 QC issues off top. Like one, the knee pad falling straight off. The lights were working at first, but now they don't work. I don't know whether, I can kind of see the wires up in there. I don't know whether they got shredded or ripped. And this hip joint right there, look at that. This one's just nice and regular. But this one, woo, and it drops down so easily. It's like, that is whack. I can barely get him to stand up. Like I can get him to stand up, but the leg keeps shifting, and I can't get him to stand in any good pose that I've been trying to do, because that is fighting me, and that is horrible. Like I can understand one QC problem when you open a toy, 2 QC problems, but this has like 3. It's like, ugh, that like totally destroys your experience. But let's show you, he does have these hands, because he comes with some blast effects, so they have the holes in them. They are nicely detailed. Just like Iron Man, he does have these half clenched hands that I guess are for grabbing onto things. Then he has the open repulsor hands that don't have the holes in it. And like Iron Man, he has the open repulsor hands that don't have the base of his palm right there. So he can get, these are straight for shooting his hands out, and these are for just being regular. Then he has this hand. I didn't know what it was for, but I guess this must be his saluting hand. Yeah, there we go. Now it makes sense for that hand. He also has his back cannon, which does have some nice painted details right there. Unlike Marvel Legends, it has multiple joints and hinges. So not only does this swivel left and right, but this can hinge up. It can also swivel right there on that, and it rotates on here. And what you're supposed to do is, you can put it on whatever side of his back you want to put it on. So it can be like that. It can be over the shoulder, and it can actually, it could be slid down here. It could be right here. They want you to take it out and adjust it. To an extent, once it's in that hole, you can slide it on the track a little bit. Actually, you could slide it all the way if you want to. But there you are with that. Now here are those blast effects. I was having fun when I first opened it doing this because I love the way this articulation on the shoulders work. That is awesome. Now, there are a lot of cool things about this figure, but since it's like damaged out of packaging, or just not great, it's like hard for me to give this a good recommend that you go out and go try to find this thing. And this thing, I believe it retailed at $100. It might have been more than $100 for him because I think Iron Man, maybe Iron Man was a little bit under 100 and he was 100. But West didn't pay 100 for this because they're on clearance like everywhere, Barnes and Noble and whatnot. And now I see why, if they have QC issues like this. I haven't been like studying up on these guys. I barely even knew about Comic Cave. I remember vaguely watching the Mark 43 Iron Man review from Shartimus years ago. But man, it's tough. I know your mileage will vary, like you hear other people say. Like, you might get one and it's absolutely magnificently perfect, but this one had 3 problems out the gate. So I can't confidently tell you to go out and even pay like half of the retail. Like, maybe if you found it for like close to $20, you might get lucky, or you might end up with what I'm working up with right here. So I don't know. Here's how tall he is next to the Mark 43. So I don't know. All in all, just by default, because all the problems, Mark 43 is a better recommend. I actually like this guy. He didn't have too many issues, really. So basically, end of the day, if you think you can get lucky and you find it for a really, really cheap price, get it. It does have some cool aspects, but you may have problems with yours, or you might get lucky. If you get lucky, then don't listen to me. But anywho, I hope you like watching this video. If you did, let me know in the comments. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos.